Could you hit reset for me? Alright, so this is the New Game Plus glitched run. I'm ready whenever you are. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. So New Game Plus means that I start with all the spells, experience levels, and sword techniques, sorry, my brain, that I had when I previously beat the game.
Essentially the second quest. This game's version of the second quest is they start you get to keep your spells and your levels, but you have to find all the items again. First,
Now,
Hello,
the
lady.
very first thing we do in this route is a double frame perfect trick where the healer lady has this script where she knows at certain pixels, or certain subpixels, she has to turn around, walk back and forth. If you talk to her on 2 specific frames, she will get confused and turn around as she's opening her door. When she does that, open the door the wrong way, it opens up a door to nowhere. It's a hanging door that the programmers never expected.
there it is.
And there it is.
Cool. Did you just get denied?
I don't know.
Wait,
Denied. Yep.
Well, that's unusual. That looked good.
Yeah, in this you have to exit the town to reset that, I believe.
Yeah, I've killed her. Alright, so I don't know why that didn't work.
Every time he attempts this, if he doesn't get the right subpixel, he has to reset that.
Now I'm missing by many frames.
You may notice he has life 4 on this save file instead of, he could have life 8 if he wanted. However, later in the run, he'll take an intentional death, and having life 4 means he'll be able to do that faster. Every time he gets it to turn around like that, that means he was exactly 1 frame short. Very close. 1 frame being 1/60th of a second, which is basically the basic unit of time on the NES. So these are very small windows he's trying to hit.
This is the one thing I didn't want to happen. Usually I'm roughly 20% at getting this thing.
That one was very close.
So you can do this on any of the healers, I suppose. This just happens to be the fastest one to get to.
Right, and it's also
Also-
convenient because it warps you somewhere good.
Each town, basically we're going to get a wrong warp here, and each town has a different place it can wrong warp to. This town, Rauru, takes you to King's Tomb, which bypasses some hammer gates, which is handy. Ruto Town, which is where we got the jump spell in the previous run, the wrong warp there takes you into the middle of the mountains and you're just stuck.
Oh my god. So how many more tries before I make someone behind me try it?
There it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, each time he enters these glitch doors, it takes him back to Glitch Town. The game never expects you to be going through this many doors, so we're actually overwriting other memory at this point. Every time he goes to the door, he's overwriting memory. Eventually, he's going to overwrite some memory related to Link's position, and now the magic happens.
So basically what he's done is achieved what we call scroll lock. Basically, you'll see that instead of scrolling, the screen will sort of stop when you start to go left, and that allows you to exit the screen at places that the game hadn't intended you to exit the screen, which is how you wrong warp. And so now you see he's jumped to Bagu's house, and now we're going to go into Palace 2 because you need that glove. Even in the most glitched category, you still need to get that glove.
He walked in that very particular pattern. That wasn't an accident. That was a way of minimizing the number of overworld encounters he got.
They wanted me there at the end, though.
And so here's glitched Palace 2.
That was just to jump over an invisible lava pit. Yeah.
So the screen will scroll right, but it won't scroll left, and that's how he's able to access these wrong warps.
And how did we figure out how to do all this? It was mostly just flat out trial and error. Play with the glitch, see where you can get to, and then find the most efficient way to get what we needed.
Yeah, wrong warps, or this trick and the glitch town and all that had been known about for quite a while. And the Tassers had known. I'm not sure who discovered it, but this wasn't really used in any real-time speedruns for a long time because we always thought that you had to still get a bunch of things anyway in order to fight Thunderbird to beat the game. But once the Thunderbird skip was found, that actually made it possible to do a run of the game that skips getting all the magic containers, skips getting the Thunder spell.
So now that we got the hammer, that lets us pick up a couple of magic containers and wrong warp to the Palace 7.
I have 0 kills, don't I?
Don't blink, you're gonna miss Death Mountain.
Wow.
He's killing enemies here to advance that 6 count because he needs a blue jar to be able to cast Fairy to pick up the hammer as fast as possible. Oh, that Death Mountain's done. Now Spectacle Rock.
So I'm going to be taking 2 hits at least here in preparation for death abuse.
There's his drop.
2.5 bars, exactly enough to cast Fairy.
Glad it wasn't a 50p bag.
He's jumping over lava pits here. One missed jump is death.
All right.
So now here's an intentional death. If he did not die here, trying to leave the room would wrong warp him back into Death Mountain and cost a bunch of time. But by dying, we reset the room and we can get back.
I have a 5-frame window to make this jump. So I did it the safe way the second time.
Yeah, I think it's like a 7-frame window to jump there.
5.
5.
But I...
Oops. And now we're near Palace 4.
It's very fortunate that there are 2 magic containers on the fastest route to Palace 7 because
Come on.
we need these magic containers in order to skip Thunderbird. They have enough magic, which we'll see shortly. Because he does not have the Thunder spell. He cannot fight Thunderbird.
What?
It's normal there to get 2 encounters. You hope for better, but that's typical.
We got a $50 donation from Rook, who says, Sunday night my internet had a little hiccup and I ended up donating twice on accident. So I'm doubling that amount over again just to show my modem who's boss. Thanks for being awesome, guys.
You ready? Good.
There we go. Guest playing by ProJN. Hitting up A on the second controller.
Up A there just reset its life magic and extra lives just for safety.
It's like forcing a game over. And this is interesting because this is the only place in the game where a game over doesn't take you back to the starting palace. It takes you to the beginning of this palace. It's just a special thing. And it's also the only place where game overing doesn't reset the scroll lock. So this scroll lock would go away if he were to game over anywhere else in the game.
The route through Palace 7 with the scroll lock is pretty much the same. There's a few slight differences. It's just hard to tell with all the confusion and garbage on screen. The downside of having only life 4 for the intentional deaths is that here, an unintentional death would be very easy to do.
And that's why you need the glove.
Yep. Of all the things we can glitch, we can't glitch that.
So Fairy was already queued up because when we do an up and A, I have to pause the game.
And pausing the game as it queues up spells. Now here's the hardest room in this run.
Nope.
Really bad pattern. One touch from that guy would have been death. There was good dodging there.
Okay.
Crappy block breaks. So. So I'm basically just casting Fairy in these places for convenience. It's just safer and easier. I'll take an unintentional or an intentional death later to refill my magic because I need full magic to be able to skip Thunderbird. The run's over. The glitch is broken.
Right. Uh-oh.
Bad ending.
Is it up A time?
No, that won't fix it. Must have been the
When you walk
rejection.
past the door.
The rejection originally, I should have reset at that point.
No, I think it's when you walk past
When
the
I
door.
walk past the door, maybe.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, you don't get to see the ending.
that's Zelda 2. Yeah, I think it's just when you... I think he's right, it's when you walk past the door too far on the final one.
So what he wanted to do was get up to the room a little bit before Thunderbird, and he was going to jump off the top of the screen and cast Fairy, which wrong warps you and lets you get on top of the screen, and then you walk right past Thunderbird and just fight the final boss.
This is actually a glitch that was in Nintendo Power. Way back in the day, they just didn't realize how powerful it really was.
So annoying.
It was a valiant effort, though.
Yeah. Are the Zelda 1 folks?
Yep. Zelda 1 coming up now.
So Zelda 1 next.
Thank you guys very much for showing us some truly Game Genie level glitchiness, even if you didn't quite get there. Thank you.